And next, we're going to be talking about ways to educate and involve parents. Parents are your best resource as a teacher. They are the experts on their students, and it's really important to ensure that parents are feeling involved and they're also feeling a part of your classroom community. And especially with SEL, this is a newer concept that is, oh no, one moment. I'm trying to move this screen. Okay, this is a newer concept in schools these days. So we want to ensure that parents are informed and they are learning about social emotional learning and how to best support their student at home outside of the classroom. So the ways that we can do that is ensure that we are sharing information with parents on practicing SEL. We want to provide materials that are in multiple languages to support our diverse communities within the classroom. And I think that it's really important to invite families to come into school and to see and participate in SEL learning opportunities within the classroom. And there are so many different ways to incorporate parents and to bridge that gap between school and home, that we have provided a list of resources. These resources include informational handouts. They include really amazing book lists for parents to read to their students at home. And then the parent toolkit just again is a way for parents to get a better understanding of what SEL is and how they can continue to help their students at home reach their SEL goals. So now we're going to be moving into assessment.
So now we're going to talk a little. So now we're going to talk a little bit about assessments. Thank you, Alex. And these assessments are crucial because you want to have some actual data to see where your students are at and then the progress that they've made. So typically you would want to give 3 assessments or give the same assessment 3 times, meaning you want to have a pre-assessment to kind of identify where your students are at and the competencies that they are strong in and what they need to work on. And then I think we need to go back a slide. Or we're good. And then have an assessment halfway through the year and then a post-assessment to determine growth. But generally assessments come with the purchase of an SEL curriculum, but we wanted to provide you with 2 assessments that are outside of package curriculum that you can use to track your students' progress. And one of those is the Strong Kids Symptoms Test. This measure, or this assessment measures students' feelings and thinking patterns related to emotional distress. And it's really targeted at grades 3 to 8. It isn't about until 3rd grade they can kind of get that awareness and insight to be able to answer for themselves. And it's a really quick assessment. It's only 10 items, so it doesn't take a lot of time. So you could take the assessments and then compare results throughout the year. And then here's an example of what the Strong Kids assessment or the Strong Kids Symptoms Test looks like. It's pretty simple. There, for example, some of the questions say there is very little that I like to do, and then they can answer from either never true or all the way to often true. And like I said, it's very quick and pretty simple for kids of all ages to really be able to use.
Then the next assessment we have is the short grit scale. And this measures perseverance and passion for long-term goals. Again, the grades that this scale can be used for are grades 3 through 12, and it's 8 items. So who does not love a short assessment? Here are some example questions, and I think that the important part with this assessment is, as the teacher, to say, be honest, there are no right or wrong answers, and then students will just answer questions like setbacks don't discourage me, that's very much like them, or not at all like them, or sometimes ideas or projects distract me from previous ones, very much like me, or not like me at all. So along with these assessments, we also have a variety of free resources that we encourage you to spend time looking at. There is an incredible depth of knowledge that exists out there with social emotional learning, and our webinar just barely grazes the surface. You can spend hours getting lost in this. And I really encourage you to look at resources like SEL labs, where free lessons you can have access to free social emotional learning lessons. And then again, don't forget the parent toolkit and making sure that you are distributing resources to your families and making sure that they are involved. And we would just like to say thank you for tuning in today and watching our webinar on social emotional learning. Morgan and I have attached our emails to the side. Please feel free to reach out and we would love to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Is it?